I guess we're ready to go here. It's Sovereign Minds,
The
podcast.
in downtown Reading.
There you go. We're down here in the Epicenter of Freedom and Epicenter, that Epicenter of Freedom in downtown Reading, and we're at Mountaintop Media. You can go to mountaintopmedia.com or visit us on Rumble. And our podcast today is, did I say the date? Yeah, September 26th.
No, you didn't.
2025. I'll say it again. I'm getting old. I'm losing it. I'm slipping. Okay. I need some more Predidin or something, or Predigen.
I was going to say something else.
Never mind. Predidin.
It's National Coffee Day. You might just need
Maybe
caffeine.
I
maybe
think
just
we
need
all need
caffeine. Yeah, some
I
blackout.
need caffeine.
I need some
Caffeine.
blackout. Today is podcast 155, and the title today is FBI, CIA, DOJ, LIE.
The L Club.
So here we are. This is the Gateway Pundit.
No, they wouldn't lie about anything.
Breaking. Now, we all know Comey,
Is being indicted.
Comey the commie is just been indicted as of yesterday, and it looks like, I don't know if they're going to perp walk him, but once you get indicted, you have to be arraigned or arrested. I'd like to see him get arrested and perp walked myself.
Yeah, did you hear him? He said, I'm more than happy to take this on or something this morning.
I won't live on my knees.
Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong.
I won't be living my life in fear. Okay. Except you lied.
I didn't know
cheated.
it'd come to this.
You're a scumbag. You're
Yeah.
a traitor. But
I didn't know you would come to this, President Trump.
it was only a little bit of treason.
A little bit.
So breaking, Christopher Wray, he lied under oath as well.
Well, I thought that was an offense. I thought you could.
Well, lying to Congress.
I thought you could go to jail for that.
You actually can, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's
And
just being
actually, it's a
smart aleck.
felony to lie to
Yeah.
Congress under oath. And so that's what we got here. Now we got Chris Wray. He's lied under oath, FBI. Now, this is big because, the insurrection, that one?
We did all this terrible stuff.
That we're trying to take over and topple the government through an insurrection with a bunch of people out.
It was worse than Pearl Harbor. It was worse than.
They didn't have any guns.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, they didn't. We didn't have any guns. They had guns.
Well,
and
anyway,
they had stuff.
We did videos, showed them stirring up the crowd, throwing percussion grenades in. Then you got videos of them walking through the hall. Like with elevator music, being guided around by the police, the Capitol Police.
And remember, the only person that died that day was one of ours.
Yeah, she got shot.
Yeah, she got shot.
Unarmed Ashley Babbitt got shot by the Capitol Police.
Don't forget that.
Nobody was charged. No problem. If she would have been on fentanyl though, and black and was protesting white people,
She wouldn't have got shot.
they would have probably burnt the Capitol down and called it a peaceful protest.
I'm just saying she wouldn't have got shot.
Well, maybe not.
But anyhow, we go on. But anyway, it does say that look,
I
they
think
had
that was
people.
politically incorrect.
They had their peoples in the crowd that they claimed that they never had.
They had they had 174 plainclothes agents. I'm sorry, 274. It was a total Fedsurrection is the title here. So here we got. So what I'm saying is, I think the indictments are just starting. I think that there's.
If you look like a liar and you sound like a liar, you're probably lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little clip down here. I'm not sure on this one or not. We kind of put this together fairly quickly. I think there's a clip. FBI director just told me he does not believe there was any undercover FBI agents. Let's see. So the head of the FBI doesn't know whether there's anybody out there. And then they find out there's 274. But
You mean if I'm the director, I should know where my peoples are?
yeah. Well, at least maybe there was a report done somewhere that said, hey, yeah, we had a couple agents out there, like, I don't know, a couple hundred agents out there.
Don't you usually do that stuff prior to doing things?
And,
I mean, just
and they
saying.
weren't trying to gin up the crowd. What actually were they there for? What were they doing?
Yeah.
Were they
They were on their own time, right?
They were out there peacefully protesting.
Yeah, exactly. They were just amongst the crowd.
Yeah. So go ahead and play this clip, Les, and let's see what we got here. I think there's two of them. Let's play this one.
Things here, and please don't distract here because we're focusing on those who were there in an undercover capacity on January 6th. How many were there?
Again, I'm not sure that I can give you that number as I sit here. I'm not sure there were undercover agents on scene.
I find that kind of a remarkable statement, Director. At this point, you don't know whether there were undercover federal agents, FBI agents in the crowd or in the Capitol on January 6th.
I say that because I want to be very careful. There have been a number of court filings related to some of these topics, and I want to make sure that I stick within what's in.
I understand that, but I thought I heard you say you didn't know whether there were FBI agents or informants or human sources in the Capitol or in the vicinity on January 6th. Did I misunderstand you? I thought that's what you said.
Well, I referred very specifically to undercover agents.
Yeah. And so are you acknowledging then there were undercover agents?
As I sit here right now, I do not believe there were undercover agents on scene.
They're just agents. So
if you're not undercover, you're not really there. You're not really an agent. You're
really
what?
an agent, but you're not there as an undercover agent. But that
So
kind
that
of
makes it
you
okay?
not an agent for undercovers because
I'm confused.
So now we've got the deal. This is Amuse, and this is on 20. We're back in April of 2023. DOJ now admits that another. So they I got another
Yeah, the
40.
Proud Boys.
Yeah, no, well, we're up to 274.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is back in April. So they admitted that there was. Okay, what's it say? We got the police
Another
report.
40 undercover.
Yeah, so we had the some come right in, two law
But he
enforcement
just
agents
said
had a number.
he,
blah blah
he
blah.
doesn't. There was, to his knowledge, he can't say that there was any undercover agents.
So the FBI and the confidential human sources now acknowledged by the prosecutors. This means that there were at least 40
Right.
undercover informants or agents during doing surveillance. So there's they're saying 40, and then confidential human sources, and we're up to 270. Who was the insurrectionist guys out there? I mean, how many people were there? You got 500 in a crowd of 500, and half of them are FBI agents.
No problem.
Yeah,
But they weren't undercover, so it's all good.
yeah. So that's fine. So let's go to the next tab here, and then I just wanted to play this because
Yeah, this is pretty good.
we got they're doing an interview on Trump out there, and he's talking about regarding the indictment of Comey, and go ahead and down to the clip here, and let's play the first clip, then we'll play the second one. So.
President Trump, are you worried now that the next time there's a Democratic president, they will indict your FBI director or people in your administration?
That's what they tried to do, right? They did it with me. For 4 years, they went after me. They went after me for 4 years, and that doesn't include the 4 great years that we had in the White House. So when I ran it from, 2016 when we won, it began before I got to office. You know that. Wait a minute. Before I came to office, I started hearing rumors about Russia. I said, what the hell do I have to do with Russia? Nothing. And then it got worse and worse, and some of the fakers, not you, but some of the fake news picked it up and they loved it. And we went through a long time with that. And despite that, we had a great first term.
Because that's how it went. Because that's how it went, where they made you go and take a mugshot. Is this more about justice or is it about revenge?
It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. It's about justice. It's also about the fact that you can't let this go on. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. And Comey was one of the people. He wasn't the biggest, but he's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. Everybody knew it. And it's, as far as the case is concerned, he gave an answer. It was just.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's going on with this whole Charlie Kirk thing, where before, Charlie Kirk, and when everybody was doxing and kicking people off of platforms,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
it's the same thing. Oh, it's you guys better learn to get a code or something, and this is about free, but now it's about free speech. See, now that after they all came out of the woodwork with Charlie Kirk and badmouthed him and
Yeah, we are
insulted
entitled to our constitutional right, our freedom of speech and everything.
Yeah,
now.
they are. Except now they're all getting fired, and but it looks like
Well,
what's
they
his
don't
name?
like that.
Kimmel might come back. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think they brought him
but
back.
What they don't get is exactly what's going on here. If they're actually committing a crime and weaponizing, it's a crime to weaponize the government against your political opponents. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to say it's the same thing. No, because you guys committed a crime.
You actually are criminals.
Yeah, so
there
now
is a difference.
Now that we are prosecuting the crime that you committed, it's not the same thing.
But if you change the definition of things, it's okay, I guess.
We'll find out. Let's go to the next clip.
Comey has been indicted. Who is the next person on your list in this retribution?
It's not a list, but I think there'll be others. I mean, they're corrupt. These were corrupt, radical left Democrats. Because Comey essentially was he's worse than a Democrat. I would say the Democrats are better than Comey. But no, there'll be others. Look, that's my opinion. They weaponized the Justice Department like nobody in history. What they've done is terrible. And so I hope there are others, because you can't let this happen to a country.
Will you appoint a permanent U.S. attorney to try this case? Lindsey Halligan has never tried a case.
Well, we'll see, but it's a pretty easy case because, look, he lied. You saw my truth today. He lied. It was yes, no. He didn't say, well, in my opinion, he didn't do a lot of things that maybe he should have, but I don't think he could because he lied. That was a very important question that he was asked, and he wanted to be specific, but he didn't. The only thing that happened to him, he didn't think he'd get caught.
Yeah, they were getting away with it for so long.
Yep.
They felt like they were
They're
invincible.
above the law.
Yeah, oh wait, no one's above the law, right?
I'm just curious, what's worse than a Democrat?
Comey. I think.
There's left and there's far left. I mean, what's past far left?
Well, now they have the
Satan?
Democrat Socialist Party, so I'd say that's probably worse.
Oh, there you go.
Well, if you are pretending to be an American, but you're openly communist, I don't know.
If you're a rat, you're a rat, you're a rat.
So we wanted to give a hat tip here to Benny Johnson because that's where you picked this one up.
I picked this up.
And FBI disclosures to Congress that it embedded. Now we're at 275. It's 274. I guess it's 275. Plain clothes. They weren't undercover. They were plain clothes agents. See, because there's a difference. If you're plain clothes, you're not under the covers.
Okay.
I think it's a legal term. So.
I think it's a bullshit term. I'm calling bullshit. I'm just saying.
So, I went to trace it from here, but I couldn't. And then I found it on the Blaze. I got another email. So let's go to the Blaze on the next one. So they actually. There's a congressional source that's saying this. I think it's coming out that the FBI is actually admitting to this. The FBI has acknowledged, I guess we're back to 274. I don't know if it's 274 or 275, but they're plainclothesmen, closed agents, not undercover, because if they were under the covers, you couldn't see them.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So.
But you remember back when this all started? There was nothing like that.
There was no agent. I don't remember any.
They wouldn't do anything like that.
I don't think there
against
were any
American
agents.
people.
I don't think there were any agents in there. No.
No, we didn't do anything like that. It was all the right side.
A senior congressional source said that the number is not necessarily a surprise, since the FBI often embeds counter-surveillance personnel at large events. I mean, that's a lot of them, though. I mean, how many do you usually send? We'll send 500,000 to, the Capitol protest. But 275 seems like a lot for what was going on when it was, I guess, were they expecting something? Because they turned down the
Security.
They turned down the National Guard, remember?
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi said, "Oh, we don't need the National Guard."
Yeah, and then there were the buses that came in. Oh, that was them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That
Dang it, I thought I had it.
Were they in? I'm not sure. Undercover, plainclothes. But given until now, the FBI's steadfast refusal to disclose the level of its presence at the Capitol, the figure still might be viewed with skepticism in some quarters. The news comes in the wake of claims by the U.S. Department of Justice Inspector General that the FBI had no undercover personnel in the crowd. So if they're plainclothes agents, they're not undercover.
But even then, I call bull, because I know 4 people who were there at the Capitol that day, and 3 out of 4 of them were contacted after that date for being in attendance. There's no way they missed 274 members.
What about the people that they contacted that never were there?
I figured it out. Do you know how they knew? All the guys wearing MAGA hats were FBI agents.
And I mean, don't you have to say where you are when you're an FBI agent? I don't know. I worked on case such and such and did.
I think that's part of
Don't you have to do something?
You have to write
like that?
reports or something.
Yeah. So 274 people just didn't report anything.
Yeah.
This was before Doge. There was no reporting necessary.
That was their day off. Yeah.
Oh, and we know they certainly wouldn't be involved.
We're pretty sure.
yeah.
We're pretty sure the head plainclothes agent was not the guy with the horns and the painted face.
Definitely couldn't have been.
So, we found no evidence of materials.
He
blah, blah,
probably
blah.
was one of the head FBI guys. I'm just saying.
So somebody's got some numbers here. They're saying the FBI has admitted to this now that there's a new sheriff in town. I guess they're starting to find the evidence. I don't know. Who knows where
Well,
we're
there
going.
was so much video. I don't think they could get rid of the evidence. Oh, there's that wonderful guy.
Yeah,
That guy.
that guy. He's the head insurrectionist. And you always go to an insurrectionist like that because it's like camouflage. Nobody will know you're an
Look,
insurrectionist.
he's related to Comey. That's my first cousin.
I don't know. So
I don't
these
know,
guys,
it's just crazy.
Doesn't that guy look like a domestic terrorist to you, or somebody out of a tribe in South America? I'm not sure which. Yeah, I didn't play this at all. I don't know. You want to try playing and see what's going on there? It's probably a couple hours.
You have heard the media's version of January 6th.
Insurrection. Dark J.
This is the most paid I've ever been in my life.
Now it's time to see what they've actually been hiding the entire time.
And I've always said, that day, I saw bad people doing bad things. I saw good people doing good things. I saw otherwise good people doing stupid things.
Lazarus was brought in to corroborate Harry Dunn's perjury.
Officer Harry Dunn is an American hero.
Telling the truth shouldn't be hard.
He's the most popular Capitol Police officer in history.
It is imperative that we establish the truth of that day.
The Department of Justice has charged leaders of the Oath Keepers with seditious conspiracy to overthrow the government of the United States.
A lot of people nationwide owe a lot to you for getting down to the truth of this thing.
This is the fulcrum, the dividing line between truth and reality related to January 6th.
The head of Nancy Pelosi's security detail.
Perjure himself.
Lying under oath.
Within feet of the pipe bomb.
Why would they turn those cameras?
Former U.S. Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn is running for Congress.
Acted like a doorman.
Why was she not at the Capitol just as Vice President Pence was gabbling the Senate? And we now have permission to release the video.
If it wasn't for you and the Blaze, we wouldn't be anywhere near getting to the bottom of this.
I saw a scared guy standing there with an M4 rifle.
Ain't no narrative.
I'm certain that it's false testimony.
Why is telling the truth hard?
And so you ask me why this is important? Were the Oath Keepers framed?
That could be very interesting.
I guess we'll find out more on this stuff as it develops. But things are getting interesting, you know.
Well, you're seeing more and more stuff come out that it's hard to believe there's no boundaries for these people at all on any level.
Yeah, so I guess of the 26 informants entered into the Capitol of the January 6th protests and rioting, the OIG report said, the Office of Inspector General, none was authorized by the FBI to break the law or in a restricted area, nor was any confidential human sources directed by the FBI to encourage others to commit illegal acts on January 6th. Yeah. But many of the paid informants being in the crowd, we want to know how many were in the crowd. We don't know. We lost track because we've got like 275 guys. Yeah, it's not clear.
I was going to say whether the personnel would be part of the 274 employees disclosed to Congress by the FBI. Oh.
Yeah, so we've got, let's see, in May 24th court filing, we got William Pope listed nearly 50 FBI agents. We're working with others of the Bureau's auspice, officers from the Joint Terrorism Task Force, Naval Criminal Investigation Service, U.S. Army Counterintelligence, and other agents who wrote probable cause affidavits for January 6th arrests. Keep going.
What's that about? Rebuff attempts.
Attempt down. So.
But we had undercover Metropolitan Police Department officers.
Yeah.
They don't count, I guess, because they're undercover.
I see they had to retract and correct the headline. The article was corrected after publication. Note that the FBI had only 274 agents.
Not 275.
So the plot is sickening, and we're starting to see a lot of information coming out. Anyway,
across the board, hopefully we'll start seeing, arrests.
Well, we'll see some reckoning, as they say.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Okay, so the next tab, I just kind of wanted to do a spot check on where we're at here. I just pulled my headphones out so I can't hear myself.
With precious metals.
Yeah, with precious metals. Nothing to see here, right? We're at 37.83 on gold and 46.38 today on silver, platinum 15, palladium. Go ahead and click on the box of silver, Leslie. And so that's a week. Let's look at a month. Click on the month tab up there at the top. Yeah, right there. Now now do 3 months. Now do a year. Do 5 years. Does it look like we're having a breakout at all? Do all. I want to see what all says. So that was the big spike
back in 10.
That's the big spike in 2011, actually, is when we hit 50. We're almost at 50 right there. And so it's getting interesting. Let's see where it goes. Everybody's saying triple digits. We'll find out.
Well, we do know things are changing in the financial pieces.
Yeah, it's looking
for sure.
Looking pretty good if you're holding metals and other assets that aren't subject to being devalued by a out of control Fed currency scheme. Gold at 37.82.
Is that's the highest this has ever been?
Yeah, I don't know.
It might have been closer to 4. Did we hit 4?
Maybe. I think so. I think we're at all. I think it's the highest it's ever been right now. Yeah, gold is as high as it keeps breaking records every day, I think. We're only up at 892%, and silver usually follows gold after it goes up and hits a top. So we'll find out. Anyway, I thought that was interesting for people to see. Not that there's anything going on in the financial world that might cause us to have concerns, but there it is.
No, not at all.
All right, I guess that's the end of the show today. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Where am I at here?
Again, do your own homework on some of this stuff.
Well,
start investigating.
My tab is there. It goes. All right, so I guess that's it. Government is not reason. It is not eloquence. It is force, and force like fire is danger, servant, and a fearful master.
Next time.
We'll see you on the next one.